Well, good morning. I started to write you guys or send you guys a text, just kind of giving you some updated announcements just to remind you what you're doing today and tomorrow. But then as I was typing it, I'm like, you know what? This is going to be too much for a text. So I'm just going to create this video and just send the video out as a text instead. So here we go. So today, what you're going to be working on as a reminder is you're going to be working on your review. And you're going to be working on your chapter review. That will also be reviewing for the quiz that you're going to have tomorrow and the test that we're going to have next Tuesday. So just as a reminder, I said this in the announcements earlier this week, and that's if you, when you go to open up the review, you'll notice that at the top, it'll tell you which problems relate to 10.4 to 10.7, and those are the ones then that you can start with to get you ready for the quiz on Friday. And then the rest of them will cover material that were from the previous quiz that will be helpful then for getting you ready for the test. And so tomorrow then what you're going to be doing is you're going to be taking the test, and then on Monday you're going to be doing whatever you need to do to continue to review for the test. Now I want to remind you of a couple things. One is in the video folder you will find a video for the first quiz, for quiz 1 to quiz 3. It is super important that you guys take the quiz on time tomorrow. Just as a reminder, if you don't take the quiz by your class time, during your class period tomorrow, you're going to lose an automatic 10%. Okay, I'm having about 5 students in every class across the board, on average, that decide for whatever reason to not take the quiz when they're assigned to. The only exception would be if you are excused because you have a doctor's appointment, and if it's in Infinite Campus where I could see that. So if that happens where you're have a doctor's appointment or for whatever reason you're excused, I won't deduct the 10%. But if you are late to class, so you don't take it during that scheduled time, and then if I have to open it back up for you, you'll be able to take it before midnight tomorrow, but you're going to lose an automatic 10%. Okay? Now, if you do not take it past midnight, before midnight tomorrow night, now you're not only going to lose 10%, but you're also just going to get a flat score of 0. So and the reason for that is because I already have the video made to go over the solutions for that quiz, and I want people to be able to have that so they can use that as another tool to get ready for the test. It's not fair to them that they have to wait until Sunday or Monday morning to be able to watch that because you're dragging your feet and not taking that quiz. So please, everybody, take the quiz during your scheduled time. And so then on Saturday morning, you'll be able to find the quiz video for the 3.4 to 3.7 quiz. That will also be in your video folder. And I have a gift for you. So originally the plan was on Monday, you were going to then watch a video to go over the quiz solution, or not the quiz solutions, the review problems. And so if you had a question on numbers 18 and 45 and 20 and whatever other questions, you could just, and I'll have, and I told you I would have like an index of all the different timestamps of when those questions were covered in the review or in that video, and you could just watch those parts of it. And that's what we're going to do on Monday. But as I was thinking about it, and I was already seeing some students posting questions, I thought, you know what, if I was a student working on this review, there's enough problems that are similar to each other where if I don't know how to do number 13, I'm probably not going to be able to do numbers 25 and 27 either. So what I decided to do yesterday is and plus on top of that, I was going to make the video either Sunday night or Monday morning. Well, as I got to thinking more about it, it takes me about 1.5 to 2 hours to make a video like that, because going through setting up each problem, working out each problem myself ahead of time, and then creating the video, editing the video if I need to, then going through and watching it and skipping through it and writing down the times for all of it, putting that all together, uploading it to video, literally takes close to 2 hours for me to do. And so I decided, you know what, instead of waking up at 6 in the morning on Monday and trying to get that done by 8, I'm just going to do it anyhow. So I did that yesterday. So I created that video. And so now on Schoology, I'm actually going to take out the spot for you guys to ask questions. And instead, I'm going to put in the video folder the video for all of these problems. And the idea is go through and work these problems out already. Okay, go through, do them. And then if you're like, oh, I'm just really stumped, I don't know how to do this problem, then you can go to that video and then you can skip to that spot and watch that video, see how to do it. I still want you to finish it out on your own or walk through it on your own. Don't just sit back and eat popcorn while watching the video. that's not going to do you any good. Okay, so still follow along with the video, just as if it was in class. Just in that way you can practice it, because actually doing something while watching it, you're going to learn how to do it a little better. So I have that open for you too. Okay, so don't forget, tomorrow, take the quiz during your scheduled class period. Monday, so as far as today and Monday, don't wonder what do you have to do for attendance. I'm going to assume, I'm trusting you, that you are doing what you're supposed to be doing to get ready for the quiz or test. Because ultimately, your attendance doesn't matter, your grade does. So if you do just slough off and don't do anything, well, sure, you got marked present for those 2 days, but what impact does that have on your grade? Nothing. What's going to impact your grade? Doing the work and then showing up on Tuesday and doing awesome on that test. But if you struggle and don't do well on that test, well, it tells me you didn't do as much as you could have to get ready for the test. And some other things that if you're wondering, okay, I've got the review done, what else could I do to get ready for the test? Well, you could go back and look over all of the warm-ups that we've done. And I have in the warm-up folder, I have all of those keys now there. So you could go back, and if there's sections that you're like, oh, I just know I really struggled with this concept, you could just go back and re-practice those particular warm-ups and check the answers on Schoology. So those are available to you. And then the assignments. Because ultimately, remember, if you don't do well, I'm hoping everybody does do well on the test, but if you do poorly on the test and get lower than a C, remember, you can retake the test, but you can't retake it until you've completed all the assignments and have your work shown for those assignments. So if there's any assignments that you haven't finished, I would make sure you go back and do those assignments. So in that way you have those done. So if you do poorly, you don't have to sit there and do all these assignments. You already have them done. You can just maybe go over the test with me, figure out what mistakes you did wrong, and then you're ready to take the test. All right, I think I've taken up enough of your time this morning. So good luck as you prepare for the quiz tomorrow. And so remember, Google Meet today is completely optional. You do not have to attend it, only if you have questions. And I would say access the video first, because if you come in and say, hey, can you show me how to do number 25 from the review? I want to make sure that if there's people coming in that have questions outside the review, that they're able to get those questions answered. So if you have questions on any previous assignments, if you have conceptual problems and there's a certain topics that you don't understand that you want to talk about, that's what I want to reserve that time for. So please do not come into the review or into the Google Meet this morning. Ask me questions from the review, because I have the video already set up for you to be able to access that's going to explain it the same way that I would if you were to come and ask me that same question. So please access the video first and figure it out that way. And then if you still have a question, or if you have a question on something else, that's what I want to have the Google Meets for. Same thing with Monday. Monday, again, optional Google Meet. You're not required to show up for that, only if you have questions. And again, I want to be answering questions that are outside of those reviews, or more conceptual questions that were not covered in the video for that chapter review. All right. You guys, good luck, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week. And remember, too, we are starting a new chapter after you finish the quiz. So next Wednesday, I'm not going to see you. So make sure that you watch that video for the 3.9 and 11.1 video and take notes on it so you're ready. And then also even for the lesson 11.2, because when I see you next Thursday, that's when we're going to be going over 11.2. So good luck, and I will make sure I send other updates next week.